Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I have for you today a lockdown Best Buys / Amazon Best Buys, because I was going to do a lockdown Best Buys, which is basically just all the bits and pieces that we have purchased, not necessarily in the lockdown period, but that we've purchased before that and found really useful in lockdown, just so people have got ideas if they're needing a couple of bits and pieces for their kids, if there's any birthdays coming up, anything like that. So it was a lockdown Best Buys, and then when I was just running through what I had, I realised it was all from Amazon, which doesn't surprise me at all. It's just a light-hearted video to give people ideas of what we've been doing with the kids on top of the schoolwork that we've had set for our son. We'll get started and show you what I've got. So I just wanted to say once more, this is certainly not everything that we have purchased in the lockdown, because obviously I realised that the majority of people, us included, are trying to cut down on what we're spending and just being a bit more careful. I would say probably a 50-50 split of things that were already purchased by us or family members pre-lockdown, and a few bits that we have bought. The reason we have bought a bit more than we probably would normally have done is because my son, I've mentioned it before, I don't like to keep harking on about it, but he's got a heart condition, and sometime in the near future he is going to need a lengthy stay in hospital. He's likely to be off school for in the region of 3 to 6 months. So we're always kind of thinking ahead as to what we could purchase that will be useful for him when the time comes. Obviously the school will set work packs and things like that, and it has support from them. But that's not necessarily what you want to do when you're stuck in hospital, and it needs to be more kind of light-hearted learning. So for that reason, in the last year, have been stashing bits and pieces away, giving things either for birthdays, Christmases, or just putting them away kind of under the bed, hiding away for when the time comes, when inevitably we will be off school for a long period of time. So anyway, it's a bit of a mishmash. It's obviously all child-based. It's all vaguely based around my son's age. He's 5. It's things that will last him for a good few years, and also things that my almost 2-year-old daughter will also be able to use as well. So I will get started. I will link all of these bits and pieces down below in the description, so that if you want to find them, if you're interested in them, then you can click and have a look and see if it's anything that's any good for you. So first of all, these are from a company called Learning Resources, and I've got a couple of bits from them. I found them on Amazon probably a year or so ago, and just struck me that they were something that was really based around the classroom. And since purchasing a couple of bits, some of my friends who are teachers have said, oh yeah, we use that in schools. So I felt like they've been a really good buy. It's called Lacing Alphabet, and what you get is 15 laces and 260 pieces of alphabet letters in 10 different colours that I don't know if you can see here. Like I say, everything will be linked below so you can check it yourself. The reason that we actually bought this, and this was something that we have bought since lockdown, is that his teacher actually mentioned that he needed to build up his hand muscles a little bit more. He's come on leaps and bounds with his writing since lockdown, because we've been able to give him one-on-one practice and attention with it, and I do think it's come on really well. But beforehand, his teacher was saying he really needs to build up his muscles, like Play-Doh, fine motor skills, anything that will help build up, and then his writing will obviously get stronger and improve. So we purchased these. They are quite fiddly. He's just getting the hang of it after probably 5 or 6 days. And what you do is use the letters to spell out different words. You can set out words to tell them, or they can just make words up, and you just literally thread the alphabet letters through, and he's been having good fun with those. Come in a nice big plastic tub so you can secure them away safely. My daughter is only 2, so she's a little bit young for them, but she has also been enjoying kind of just playing with the letters, really. She just tips them all out. They're colourful, and she has a little go at trying to lace them. Obviously she's a little bit too young at the moment, but I do think these are really good for like their pincers, their fine motor skills, and it's one that I would definitely recommend. They were pricey. I told my husband they were £15, which was bad enough. They were £20, which is the absolute top end of something that I would buy, really, just on a whim. Obviously if it's a birthday or if it's Christmas, I don't know, I tend to think, oh okay, we'll do it, but to just spend £20, especially at a time like this, was a lot of money really for us. And I had it in the basket. It was fluctuating between 20 and like 25, 26. So when it dropped to 20, I thought I will get them, they are going to last. So I just sort of treated it a bit like an investment, really. They're going to do them all the way through school, and like I say, for my daughter as well, and I imagine then we can gift them to someone that we know once we've finished with them. So yeah, that's the reason I got those ones. Just go on to show you the second thing from Learning Resources that I got. When I come to edit it, I might actually insert the stock photo of what I'm showing you from Amazon, just so you can see it more clearly. I've got to say, this is probably my favourite buy in a long time. We bought 3 things for the kids in lockdown. This was the second one, and it is a great big, I don't know if you can see it, stationary caddy. Now, the reason I've got this is because the cupboard behind has always been like our stationery cupboard, and we end up having these little IKEA sealable bags, and we've got them full of all these things. We've got one with pens, one with crayons, one with glue, one with stickers, all these bits, stamps, and I'm not keen on having loads of plastic bags around anyway, because we've got a younger daughter as well, and every single time that cupboard would open, it would all just tumble out like a giant game of Jenga. I saw this one on Amazon and I just thought, again, I watched it. We paid £16. The very next day it went up to 25, I think. So it was just a case of putting it in the basket and seeing when it came down. £16 again is expensive. It lives on this table now though, and it is the best thing we've got. Basically, we've got everything that they need on an everyday basis to do their painting, their drawing, their cutting, their gluing, anything that we think that they're going to need. It's got 8 compartments around the outside, and it's got a compartment in the middle, which you can take out if you want. All the compartments you can take out, so you can fill them with what you want. You can move them around depending on what you've got. This lives in the middle of the table, and we don't keep having this, Mum, can I have this, can I have that? Opening it, tumbling out. Basically, they just help themselves to anything that they want, and it's been an absolute godsend on lockdown. It really, really has. And also, because it's out on display, I just think it encourages them to do more. It's not a big effort for them to do a bit of colouring or do a bit of sticking or some stickers. Like, we've got a compartment just full of stickers, so they're much more inclined to just get on and do it, really. And it's basically lived up to what I thought it was going to be. I think they do have some of these in classrooms, and I think specifically ones like this, because you can obviously go and put them on individual tables. So when I got it, I thought it was a spinning round one, but to be honest, this actually works better for us. We've got 2 kids, one might want to do sticking and one might want to do stamping, and you can just do that and you still leave the rest in the middle. So it has worked really, really well, and I'm so chuffed with this one. I think now 3 of my friends have purchased this in the last couple of weeks. I think I popped something on Facebook and this was in the background, and so many of them said, oh, where did you get that? Where did you get that? And so they purchased them. So, and they were all teachers, surprise, surprise, but that's been a really, really good buy. Next thing I got were these little Brian paint sticks. So basically, I've lost the actual box for them, so I will try and insert the photo from Amazon. There's 12 paint sticks, and these are the mini ones. You can get bigger ones as well. We actually thought that these mini ones were good. The reason we've got them is, even though my son is just over 5, he's very much a brown painter. So we've got the little palettes, and we will put like 6 or 7 colours in and talk about what he'd like to paint, and inevitably all the colours will get mixed within a couple of minutes and the picture is just a brown scribble. So we felt like these might be good. 12 different colours, like a lipstick or a lip balm. You literally just twist it up and the paint comes out. I thought, oh, is it going to come out looking more like a crayon? Just wasn't convinced, but it really is brilliant. You can literally just paint what you want. So the very first day he got it, he actually painted with these a little house, with the roof, with the chimney. He drew 4 little stick people. He drew a tree, some grass, with all these different paint sticks. And I just thought, oh my goodness, it's like our first picture that isn't just a brown mush. So yeah, I was really, really pleased with those. Next one I got were these, they weren't in this tub. They are these Math Link cubes. Came with 100 pieces. And I mean, I'm 36, I have to think about that, I'm 36. And we used to have these when we were at school. And they're basically just the snap cubes. Basically just snap them together. They're just plastic cubes, and we have been using these. We've had them for a long, long time. He hasn't had an awful lot of maths work set. I mean, he's only in year art anyway, so they haven't had a lot of anything set really, but we feel like he needs to practice, not so much the adding and subtracting because he is only 5, but the forming the numbers, as in writing them. And so we just make up games with these, and I'll just sort of put 4 there and 3 there and say, you know, can you count them? Can you count them? Can you add them together? What does it equal? And things like that. So he's practicing writing it. You can build towers, you can build pretend animals, you can basically just be as creative as you want. And again, it's good for their dexterity and their muscles because they have to pull, they have to snap. and all the time just helping him to like use his hands to build up his muscles without him even realising. I paid around about £8 or £9, which I didn't think was too bad. Again, they're going to last, and they will do our daughter as well, so they were a real bargain. Got a lot of use out of these. Until lockdown, they pretty much just stayed up in the wardrobe, and I was thinking, oh god, was it a bit of a wasted buy? Because you never know for sure, do you? I got them out literally on the first or second day of lockdown, and he's used them every single day. Like I say, if we've run out of worksheets, if we've managed to do the few bits that he has been set, and I just feel like, what can we do with him now? These just come out and we can just make up little games. Obviously they're colours as well, so you can ask them to write the colours, you can group them into colours. There's just loads and loads of different varieties of games that you can make up with them. So I actually think if you can get them for like £8, £9, that's actually quite a good buy. That's only half of them, by the way. Like it was too many to get out. So this is half, and we literally just keep them in this plastic tub that we had, and the other half we popped away because we don't want them just strewn around and lost. So that's why they're in there. Next up, my mum and dad actually got this for the kids, basically because they're missing them so much. We're obviously not really seeing my parents or anyone at the moment, and one of their family friends told them about this, and it's called Jungle Bingo for kids. There's lots of different ones that you can get, apparently, lots of different animals, different versions, and they went for Jungle Bingo. And it's been really, really good. So it comes in a nice little box, and then I'll just show you the back. It comes with a great big central card. You choose which card you want, and then you've got counters and a box that you make up, and obviously you pull them out and you mark off what you've got. You've got a little box that you make up, you put the cards in the box, and someone obviously is the bingo caller. A variety of cards that you can choose, the markers to mark them off as they're called out. You've got the main card that the bingo caller puts them on as and when he calls them out. It's really well made. The kids have absolutely been loving it, especially my son. Obviously, I mean, the animals are pretty tricky to pronounce and read, but even the difficult ones he's having a go at, and he is actually learning all about what they're called. It's just building up his concentration skills, and my daughter still has a nap every afternoon, and we prioritise playing a game with him. We've got a variety of games that we've had for a long time, or that my mum has dug out of the loft, like Guess Who, Connect 4, Matching Pairs, and this was the one that she decided that she was going to buy them as a little lockdown treat a few weeks ago, and it's had good use like every single day, so I would definitely recommend that one. The next thing I have had stashed away for Christmas for, well, probably since last Christmas I stashed this away. I think I got it out to wrap up, and I thought, no, it's just a little bit too advanced for him, so I've actually stashed this away till next Christmas. So I thought I'd just get it out to show you, and it's a multiplication table. It's all wooden, and it's just a tiny little square, and inside are all of the multiplication table. 1 times 1, 2 times 1, 3 times 1, 4, so on, so on, so on, right up to the tens. And when you turn over the cube, there's the answer. So like they can just pick out what they want. 6 times 5, turn it over, there's the answer. And I just thought, actually, that is really, really good. It says 3+. We don't want to overwhelm him. We didn't want to overwhelm him with what he's got to learn in year R. We just want him to have a good time and learn the basics, reading, writing, spellings, that kind of thing. So I have popped this away. It's only 6 months away, isn't it, Christmas? So I think I paid around about £9 or £10 for it. It's a long time ago that I got it, so I'd have to double check that. But like I say, if I link them down below in the description, it will obviously take you to what the price is now. So it may well be the same, it may well be different, and you can always pop it in your basket and wait and see. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and I wasn't sure what the size of it was going to be when it came through. Kind of imagined once I'd ordered it, I was thinking, oh, I hope it's not a great big thing, but it isn't. It's just a perfect little size, and I think as he gets older, that's something that he's going to find really, really useful, and we're going to find really useful as well, because we just go like that and check the answer on the back. So maths is not my strong point. I am getting better at it as I get older, but it's nice to know that the answer's just on the back, so you can have a little sly look if you're not sure. Just a really, really, really random little purchase, which I think I only paid £3 for, were these little tweezers. We've got a pair of red tweezers, and the kids argue all the time over it, and basically I just thought, actually I'm going to get another pack. They're actually quite stiff. That's not a bad thing, and what we've been doing is we've just been doing tweezer games. So we've used the fluffy cotton balls, we've used pasta, and we get 2 dishes, and we have races to see who can get over the pasta quickest, or to count them out into piles of 5 or things like that. And again, all the time, it's just building up his hand muscles and trying to do it in a fun way. So I just thought I'd add those in there because it's something so simple, isn't it? But also really, really useful to help them with their dexterity. I've added this into the lockdown Best Buys just because it has been invaluable in the time that we've been off, but remember that I showed this in one of my videos. I think it was like the Christmas ideas, because I know that they've had these since at least Christmas. They're absolutely brilliant. We actually got them mainly to go on holiday. I just dug them back out. I thought there's no point in them kind of being under the bed waiting to go in the suitcase because we're not going anywhere. Dug them out and they're absolutely brilliant. I'm going to stick a little ribbon actually again on here just so that this doesn't get lost. But you basically just draw, and I'm not sure how well you can see it in this light because it's pretty bright out here tonight, but basically you can draw what you want, you can practice, and then you just press this button and it gets rid. So it's a bit like the old Magna Doodles, but you don't really have an awful lot of control over those, I don't think, from my memory. You know, you press down and it can splodge out, and it's not quite the same. This really feels like you're holding a pen and you're writing, and it's just so much easier than carrying around pens, paper, crayons. You know, you don't have to worry about things getting soggy, and they've got one each. So I think it was Christmas they had them, and I've just got a little drawstring bag which I keep them both in, and I will just attach the pens to the pads so that we can't lose them. Batteries have been in here since Christmas, and what are we now, May? And they had a lot of use over Christmas. They did go away for a bit because I was going to pack them. Come out again probably now for another 8 weeks, and the battery's not showing any sign of giving up yet. So yeah, really happy. There's a huge number of different ones that you can buy. I will obviously provide the link to the ones we've got. We've got one pink and we've got one blue. There's so many different ones with varying reviews. I think we just went for one with a decent review and we've been really happy with them. And again, it's just a different way of encouraging him to write. It's been a really decent buy. I'm really pleased with those ones. We got this for my son as lockdown started, just a cheap couple of pound book, I think it was, on Amazon. And it was just to practice his lowercase letters, because once lockdown hit, I realised that he'd done so well with his reading. Like when he went to school, I shouldn't say typical boy, but I don't mean it like that, but from what people had told me, he was a typical boy. He wasn't interested, he just wants to play. All of the last summer holiday before he started school, I tried to get him to write, to try and read, wasn't interested in anything. So he went to school really kind of at a basic level, I would say, not through want of trying, and he's come on leaps and bounds with his reading. Absolutely amazing, like can recognise words. But when the lockdown started, a bit of a shock to me how little he could write, really. He knows the words, he knows how to spell the words 9 times out of 10, you know, at his kind of stage. Don't write them. Kind of not really sure how to form the letters particularly well, and just had no interest in writing. So the very first thing I did on that very first day when I sat down with him in the morning was order this. And again, it's just a little wipe clean lowercase letter book, and it just showed him how to form the letters, trace over them, write them yourself. There's lots of different bits and pieces, and it was all lowercase because I think that was just the best way to start. It's lowercase, and then at the back they've got the entire alphabet as well. And it's been really good. He's not using it so much now because he's just more interested in writing now. He's got more confident with it, and he's more likely to grab a biro on a piece of paper now rather than a whiteboard or a white clean book. But we still leave this out every single day for him, and it's been brilliant, really well worth like the $2.50 I think it was, because his sister is seeing him do things every day. It's her birthday in a few weeks, and I've just got her this little one. I think it's too early for her really, but she's obsessed with Peppa Pig, and I just thought, you know, why not? Just why not? It's something similar. It's just patterns, tracing, little pretty pictures, and then different letter shapes, and it's a little white clean one. And I thought actually she can have one out on the table as well so that she can have a go, because I think it's very difficult, isn't it, to spend all your time teaching one at home when you've got 2 at home at very different levels. She's not obviously at school, she's not even at preschool, and it's not fair just to stick her in front of the television while we're doing bits of work. So I desperately try and involve her. So we've got this to give her for her birthday. I get the Play-Doh out for her. We've got the caddy in the middle so she can help herself to stickers and things like that. And it's just difficult, isn't it? Everyone's in the same boat, just trying to involve both of them whilst actually really trying to get your child to remain interested in school. So it is a bit tricky. I just wanted to quickly show you with these and what they are. We actually went to a birthday party. It was a pirate themed party, and they had a treasure chest full of jewels, and it was jewels like these, and I just thought that's absolutely brilliant. They're from Amazon, but they're from a company called Baker Ross, which I'm sure many of you have heard from. Basically, just different colour gems. There's different shapes, hearts, ovals, and they're all different colours, loads and loads of different colour ones, really sparkly. And what I liked about them is that you don't have to fiddle around with glue. They've got a sticky label on the back, you peel it off and then you stick. And it's really been encouraging the kids to make cards. They made really, really pretty Easter cards with the jewels. They've made birthday cards for people that they obviously can't see at the moment. We've had loads and loads of birthdays that everyone's had to miss because of this. And they're absolutely brilliant. I can't remember the price off the top of my head. I'll pop them down below, but they've been brilliant. If your kids are interested in just making things, and I just think they're sort of a little bit special, just don't have the hassle of having to get the glue out and making sure that it doesn't go everywhere, and basically it just takes the mess away, doesn't it? Just thought I'd quickly show you that one because that's something we have been using most days. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I realised that now's not really the time that people want to go out and buy things, and I'm certainly not showing this to kind of encourage people to go out and spend money. It's more that these are the bits for various reasons that we've had, and these are the bits that we're probably getting the most use of in a day. Obviously there's lots and lots of different ways around it. You don't have to go out and buy the same pair of tweezers, but you might think, oh actually yeah, we've got a pair of tweezers in the cupboard, just for a few ideas really, just to show what we've been doing. I really hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, I'll link everything down below in the description, so that if you're interested in looking at any of it. I really, really hope that you all stay safe and well, and that you're doing okay this strange old time. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, that would be amazing. I'm also over on Instagram periodically with the name mama_hedgehog2, and on the lovely channel Mum with the name Mama Hedgehog. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.